Hey, I'm MindieKniss. This is the Daily Rage. Huge late day rally to end the month of May. Dow closed up 592, and that's saying a lot based on where everything was about a couple hours ago. This is also a great example of how support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. So let's take a look at what happened here because it's a great teaching example. So we had come up here. These were our resistance areas up here. These were our support areas down here. And we obviously took those targets out. So congrats if you were short any of this time on the Dow. And now this very level is our next resistance point at the top of the cloud. So I will move these lines around just to make sure that we are all on the same page here. But just know that these things always flip back and forth, resistance to support. So going into next week, like I said, first target's going to be the top of the cloud, 38,910, followed by, like that one right there, 39,314. Moving on to the S&P. So this one, while we did take out these short targets, we then bounced right out of there. And the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip-flop these. We'll make this target 1, this target 2. As for the short side, since that's a huge, huge recovery from today, we'll just use essentially today's low, or you could use the standard line. They're really, really close. So either one, that will work for you. And below that, like this. So all in that same area, standard line, this level of support, low of today, those are going to be your next targets if this thing gets itself turned around and going back down as we head into June. Now, the NASDAQ was down a ton today and recovered so much so that almost is creating a little bit of a dragonfly doji. We did surpass this turning line, but then could not sustain it, ended up back down here. But as for our levels, this can come way down. And that's a nice, nice touchdown right there from this wick here. As for the high side, let's go here. And then here, if you wanted a third level, it would be right above that at 19,020. The M2K, the micro Russell, while we did take out this short target this week, congrats to all of you. We did just close right above that turning line, so that's great. Let's do this. Let's go for this one next, 2093 and then 2101. As for the short side, you can see that we kind of bounced right off of that standard line. So let's use that to our advantage. And this touchdown here, we'll call that good. Micro Bitcoins kind of just been chilling, did flip the parabolic SAR today, but not a lot of movement over this week. Relatively chill week in the crypto world. So I'm going to leave all of that exactly as is. Similar situation with ETH. This happens to be micro ETH. This one, though, let's just clean this up a little bit. Let's go here. This guy, that's fairly low, so we can bring that up and we'll call it good right there. Let's move this guy up just a scotch to this day and we'll call that good. Taking a look at gold now. Gold is so funny. I was trading gold earlier to the long side and I was profitable. It was going up quite a bit this morning and then ended up down 18.8. All right, whatever, I'll take it. So let's, ooh, I like that a lot. Here's what I love about this. It worked its way up, came down, bounced off, and kind of took off from that point forward. That's a really nice level of support. Let's just move that just a scotch. As for the high side, we can go here. And that's fairly aggressive. So let's go with the turning line. Now, you could use the standard line as well. So anywhere in like this vicinity, you're going to want to think about resistance. It's not going to be an exact science, but in that area, you want to pay attention. This one is silver, and this is kind of just been all over the place this week. So let's do this. Let's go here. It did flip the parabolic SAR, so indicating a potential shift in the direction. And ooh, that is a strong level. What was I just saying? Where it comes down, bounces off. This is a huge bounce. So I really like that area as support. And we ended just above that. I like that so much. We're gonna use it. So target 1, 30.2. Target 2, we can keep that down there at 29.5. This one is micro copper. We took out that first target to the short side. Again, congrats to those of you who took that trade. Just scooch that down. This one can stay. This this is a little ambitious at this point. So we'll bring it down here. You could also, as always, use these turning line or standard lines if you wanted something a little bit closer to work toward, but it's not looking so hot. Why? Parabolic SAR is indicating down. It's also below both of these, turning line and standard line. So likely it will continue heading toward the cloud. We'll have to see what happens next week. And finally, to wrap it up, this one is micro crude oil. And we did take out the long targets on this, both target 1 and target 2 over the last few days. So that is awesome. Heading toward here, 76. We're going to just keep that as is. This one can stay. That also, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up to there. We will call that good, but recognize it is below the cloud, below the turning in the standard lines, relatively getting close to this parabolic SIR dot. If that flips, just another indication that we might go lower. I just published a new edition of Mental Capital, so I will link you over there. You'll hear about my adventures from last weekend when I almost died about 4 times. So check that out. If you are not yet subscribed over there, make sure to do so. It's free. And I'm always super grateful for those of you who share, like, and comment on those posts. That means the world to those of us who are content creators. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I'm MindieKniss. Thanks so much for watching.